Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting, and I mean exciting, episode of Staying Up with Pat and Jodi, coming to you from once again from the palatial, the ginormous, that's a word, by the way, ginormous studios of Sight and Sound Events overlooking the beautiful Las Vegas Strip. This room is so big that you can't hear the echo because we put all the sound editing in here, but you could probably fit like a small plane in here, I think.
Thumbs up.
This is just the corner. That's why it looks so small. Is the BS coming out? No.
Yeah.
I keep trying to sell that it's a big studio.
It is actually.
It's a big walk-in closet.
Yeah,
but that's okay.
it's big. It's definitely big enough to be someone's bedroom.
Yeah,
I mean,
you could put a full-size bed in here and a little dresser and a small TV.
Absolutely. In New York City, this would be prime real estate
This would be
for an apartment.
This would be $4,000 in New York City.
Absolutely.
I've always been told it's not always about the size.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well,
That's how you use it.
it is in New York.
It's how you...
Ew.
Hi-yo.
And we have, if you haven't noticed yet,
I'm Jodi. That's Pat.
I know who you are.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Jodi.
That's Staying Up with Pat and Jodi. If they've gotten to the show, they know who Pat and Jodi is. I'm assuming.
I would hope.
I would hope if they're turning into the
If
show.
they're thinking I'm Jodi, well, just stick around. You'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually.
But sitting to my left is a gentleman that I will allow to explain who he is, because you may recognize him, you may not.
If you're a Vegas local, you definitely recognize him.
Yes. Well, hopefully. It depends on
hopefully.
where they eat.
Everybody knows Brandon.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Brandon Nelson is with us today,
Yay!
Thank you. Thank you for
sitting
having
in
me.
after a long day's work.
Oh, yes, a long day's work. Shameless plug, long day's work at Stacks and Yolks, breakfast and lunch. And we've actually just extended our hours to 9 p.m.
9 p.m. So we're going to have to try dinner over there one night.
Yeah, we're going to have to
if
do
we
that.
can eat that early. That's always our challenge. 'Cause
Yeah.
We tend to find by the time we eat, we're usually like, okay, what's still open?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, but before you were at Stacks and Yolks, well, to give it a little bit of background of who you are, why don't you explain something that you're well known for?
Well, every now and then I do get recognized. Well, prior to the beard and the Wolfman hair, I was on the MTV Challenge series. Used to be called the Real World Road Rules Challenge. I've been on 5 seasons. I'm 0-5, but I get a check when I go.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a great experience. I get money, I get notoriety, I get free Under Armour stuff. So, I mean, I can't complain. It brought me out here from a beautiful state called Arkansas. I love my home state, but I just had to make that move. So.
Wow. How cool is that? So 5 seasons of the challenge.
Yeah.
And what would you say what was the best season? I'm sure they're all good, but is there one season that really put you on the map?
Well, I would say my coming out season was probably my second season. It was called Cutthroat, and we were in Prague in the Czech Republic, which is a very, very beautiful place. And for whatever reason, my team kept putting me into what they call the gulag, which is the elimination rounds.
Yeah.
And I ended up winning every time and coming back, and I'd win, and I'd come back, and I'd win, and I'd come back. So that was kind of what put me on the map, because I was kind of a no-nonsense kind of guy. I didn't really like all the drama and the back and forth. I'm like, all right, you're going to put me in, I'm going to go win, I'm going to come back.
Right.
So I was a worker, but yeah, I'd come back, I'd drink, do the same thing.
Party.
Cycle of abuse.
I have to assume there had to be some partying there, because I know a guy
Always.
who did the first Real World Las Vegas, and
throwing it back.
yeah, needless to say, he explained to us once how before everybody got there, the first couple of people he found in the hallway having sex, like in the stairwell, out away from the cameras, and they had just met.
Yeah.
So it's like he said that was the horniest group in real world history, I think.
Well, and
But
it only
I guess-
gets better from there.
I guess whoever did the hiring, obviously whoever did the casting did a good job, because they found the craziest group, and that's what they want in those. They want drama.
They know exactly what they're doing. I mean, they have the formula down. And I think a lot of the times, especially now, the kids know what to do to get noticed.
Oh, absolutely.
So they'll go,
Absolutely.
if they flip this switch, sort of like, I'm just going to throw it all out there and figure out what happens next. And they love it. So more power to them. Me personally, maybe the next time, though.
So
you might see a different side of me if they pick me back up.
So you have to be athletic to be in your.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
not.
you.
No.
No.
Have you seen this show? Some of the girls
No,
on
I've
there
seen-
are
yeah,
about as
I've
athletic as a box of rocks.
Right, but I've seen some of the guys.
That's why they threw you into the challenge, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
You're like feeling like you were the Miz.
I
You
was
were
a
Mike.
threat. Yeah, I was Mike the Miz.
I mean, the Miz before he became he was always the Miz, but he did a ton of those challenges, road rule, real world challenges, and obviously look
He
where
was
he is.
pre you though, right? He
He was before
finished
me.
before you ever started.
Oh,
And then there's always that Wes guy.
Yeah,
I've
Wes.
seen.
So Wes is very smart, but he's not anybody I'd probably call up for a beer.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I like him though; he's a good guy.
Yeah.
But we're a little different.
Yeah. So I always thought you had to be super athletic to be on those shows because
No,
some of the
it's
things
more-
they have you do is like redonkulous.
It's more the politics of it, though. I mean, like you'll have a strong team that'll keep a weak team. That way they can beat them at the end. So if they think you're weak, it kind of plays into your cards because it's like, I get a free ride, a free trip, and I get to go all the way to the final with a chance to win some money, even if I come in last. So it's more about the politics than it is. I mean, anybody can be beaten on any given day. So,
Like any sport.
any sport, yeah. You have a bad day, you get beat. I almost beat Zach. No, I didn't. I'm lying. I got destroyed.
You got destroyed, huh?
I kept my pride, though.
Kind of like the big fight that's coming up here in a few days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pacquiao Mayweather, which is one of those things where you have two amazing fighters, but either one of them could beat the other one in any given day. They're so closely matched, and it's going to be. It is the biggest fight in the history of the sport. You could say that without reservation.
So bigger than because we didn't have social media back in the day when Ali fought and Frazier and
yeah, this is bigger than
Apollo Creed and Rocky.
Yes, yes, Apollo Creed and Rocky. Yeah.
I'm a fan, but yeah.
When you're talking about when the purse for this, the guaranteed purse is over $250 million.
That's ridiculous.
And it's
Someone's
being
taking
split
home that
60.
money.
It's 60-40 split. Mayweather gets the 60%, and that's what he negotiated. And it's rightfully so. People will argue it because people like Pacquiao more, but the reality is Mayweather sells more pay-per-view and has a better track record as far as financially.
Oh, yeah.
So you can't look at that. And the reason being, and we've talked about it before, more people are going to show up to watch a guy they hate get beat than a guy they like win.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of getting beat, like I'm kind of nervous for Mayweather because it's like, how long can you go on this I've never been beaten
I
streak?
agree.
It's very rare that you go undefeated throughout whatever season or whatever sport or whatever, you never get beat. Like, that's rare. And I'm just like, is this his time? Or
Well, it could be, and here's the thing: is I think it's more important to him than it is to his legacy, because the reality is, if he does lose, it's not going to ruin his legacy. Will it ruin his perfect record? Sure. But there's guys that have perfect records that weren't as good as guys who didn't. I mean, it just like Pacquiao doesn't have a perfect record, but his legacy. He's not going to have a stained legacy because he lost 3 fights.
Yeah, I think his legacy is a little bit deeper than Floyd's, though. I mean, he's doing a lot of philanthropy and a lot of, I don't want to call it real work in comparison to Floyd, but I mean, when you look at Pacquiao, he's trying to take care of his country, whereas Floyd has 20
absolutely.
Ferraris.
Yeah. He definitely does buy a lot of cars.
Oh, absolutely. And according to what I read online, sorry, I was looking for it, that I guess apparently, I'm going to find it here, that if Floyd wins the fight, he is going to bail out Suge Knight.
Yeah,
Did you
I saw
hear
that.
this?
I saw that.
This is like going around on the internet.
You know why he's saying that?
Why?
Because he wants to piss people off.
He said he's hoping to
He
help.
does things to piss people off. This is not by accident. The first time we interviewed Floyd was in our old studio just about 10 years ago.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we did.
And
He was sitting here like you're sitting here.
and we
Nice.
we interviewed him for In This Corner back before when he was still Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather. He wasn't Money Mayweather yet. He hadn't quite figured out the WWE angle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I think someday I think he sat down and watched a few matches. I think he has a few friends in the WWE and went,
He does.
because he was at WrestleMania a few years back. He fought the Big Show and all that. But I think he figured out, he's like, ooh, being a heel. And he starts seeing how all these people that get into trouble in their personal lives all of a sudden now are making money off of it.
Yeah.
So the reality is he's no dummy.
No, not at all.
He knows how to make money, and he knows how to get butts and seats and sell pay-per-view buys, and he does it by getting people pissed off. Because if you see Floyd Mayweather before the fight and then you see him after the fight, it's two different people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Before the fight, he's calling your mother names. After the fight, he's giving you all the respect in the world and telling you that you're a great champion, and it was and won't
Wow.
even say anything bad about you, which I think is closer to the real Floyd Mayweather, although it does take a certain type of person to be able to play a bad person.
Oh, yeah.
You still have to have that within you.
True.
So you have to have a certain amount of inner asshole to do that,
And speaking of being smart and putting butts in seats, I mean, there's this conspiracy theory going on that Floyd's going to lose this fight so they can have a rematch so he can get more money.
No.
I don't think that's in him. I don't
No,
think
Floyd doesn't.
he's not going to play
first
games
off-
like that.
First off, Floyd doesn't need the money.
No.
If Floyd wins or loses, he may not even agree to a rematch.
True.
He doesn't need to. At this point in his career, he's still going to make so much money with whoever he fights. If you say, "Oh well, he'll make an extra 30 or 40," he doesn't care at this
that's
point.
nothing,
But could
yeah.
you imagine,
He doesn't
though, if
care.
it does go to a I said that last week when
Well,
we were
then
on the show.
I think a rematch would be bigger than
rematch
the
would
first
be
fight.
bigger than the first fight.
Because all the drama created by it, and especially if it's kind of controversial, which could happen if it goes to a decision, no matter who was the obvious victor, people are going to say that it was fixed.
Oh, of course.
Because Pacquiao fans
Are
are going to
loyal.
say
They're loyal.
Pacquiao lost because the judges, and Mayweather fans are going to say, and Pacquiao fans would obviously be more vocal about something like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, but if it goes to decision, there's going to be controversy. But I don't know that he cares. Now, if there's enough money in it, he might say, what the hell, because he's going to fight. He planned on 2 more fights after this anyway.
Yeah, I think he only has like 2 more in his contract.
That's it.
And he's
2
done.
more, and then he's
Yeah.
done.
and he's going to retire. How old is he?
He's 36.
Okay.
But here's the thing: is he's got his own promotional company. He's got fighters under him that he's making money with. He's not leaving the sport. He's just going to stop
Getting beat up.
Getting beat up. And here's the thing.
Takes a toll.
I'm sure it
And
does.
here's the challenge with the
training.
Mayweather's
Imagine.
style of fighting. Mayweather's style of fighting is, first off, he's the greatest defensive fighter of his generation.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not the greatest puncher. He's not the most aggressive person. He knows how to win fights.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't get hit, and he knows how to score points.
Which is amazing to me because he didn't knock anybody out, but yet and still we're
Yeah,
talking about
you
it.
have to make a mistake to get knocked out by Mayweather.
Yeah.
You have to screw up
Yeah.
and just leave him an opening. But he will frustrate the hell out of you because you're trying to hit him and he's not there anymore. The challenge with that style is, out of any style that there is, that is the hardest to continue on into your older years, because of the fact that it requires ridiculous timing and speed.
Sure.
And what are the 2 things that go first are timing and speed.
Yeah.
It's not like Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins is older than me, and he's still beating guys up. He lost his last fight,
True.
but trust me, I would not want to piss him off.
No, I have to shoot him.
Exactly.
I'm not throwing hands at that man.
Just kick
But
him in the nuts.
His style does not include defensive. He just sits there and pisses you off and fights dirty and does all kinds of stuff to frustrate you. He can fight until he's 50 like he is. Mayweather can't. So, but again, Mayweather's made so much money. Yeah.
I'm going for. I'm not a big fan of either of them. Although I do like Floyd because of his WWE
Connection.
connection.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's marking out a little
I'm
bit.
marking.
for that
I
one.
mark out. Come on, you know that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go with. I'm going with Floyd for the big fight.
Yeah, you got to, man. I'm
It's-
going with Floyd too. I mean, it's just, I think it's a sure bet. I say that, but at the same
Are you?
time,
Are you?
oh hell no, I'm not.
There's
betting.
nothing sure about this. Is going to be
Yeah.
close no matter what, and all
So
it
Pat-
takes is one little mistake either way for either guy to win.
Yeah.
Literally one slip up.
Is one guy in better shape than the other guy though?
No,
I
they're
mean,
both in ridiculous shape. Pacquiao's always been in good shape. He's lost fights because he didn't get in as good a shape as he should be.
But this time he's in
Mayweather,
good shape.
Mayweather is ridiculously dedicated to his fitness.
Oh, yeah.
He'll eat junk food and stuff on occasion and stuff like that. He's because we've caught him doing that. But the reality is, his workouts nobody else can do. People give him a hard time because you always see these shots of him hitting the pads
Yeah.
and then doing the thing. It's like, that's choreographed. That's his warm-up.
Yeah.
That's not his workout. That's not him practicing skills for boxing. That's his warm-up. What he does for his warm-up, the rest of us would be like, I'm taking a vacation.
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm going to take
that's
the
not
next
a challenge
I'm going to
thing,
take the next week
obviously.
off.
No.
Yeah.
you
Nah.
didn't do that on the
Yeah,
challenge
so
to warm up.
he'll literally work out
His girlfriend.
3 different times a day. He'll go in the gym one part of it, another part he'll run.
But that's his
Yeah,
job.
but a lot of
okay?
those guys don't have that level of dedication,
That's
and
your
he does
job.
not get out of shape in between fights.
Yeah.
A lot of fighters, you see them in between fights, and they've gained 20 pounds. They don't have any muscle because they don't work out one bit, and then they get into their 12 weeks or 8 weeks of training, and then that's when they actually get back into shape. So they're always far. Ricky Hatton had that issue. They used to call his nickname in between fights was Ricky Fatten. And here's a guy who is 5'4", 5'4", 5'5", and would gain 50 pounds between fights.
Wow. That's
50
dedication.
pounds.
Dedication
And then
the
lose
wrong
it all
way.
again.
But
But that you can't
he's
keep
English,
doing that.
and he hits the pub.
Irish.
Irish.
Uh-huh.
What can I say? He's Irish.
He's Irish, I believe. But or English, I don't know. I could be wrong. Don't
No,
quote me on that.
I think he's English.
I think
because
he's
they
English.
Sing that,
I think you're right.
That Ricky Howe.
Oh, but they're nuts. His fans were crazy.
He
They
sounds
would
crazy.
they would take over the arena when Mayweather and Hatton fought.
Oh, I
this
remember
is
that.
years
I
back.
remember that.
We're thinking, okay, well, his fans have to fly 5,000 miles to be here, and Mayweather's fans are right in town.
Yeah.
You would think that we were in Manchester.
Oh.
Okay, because when Mayweather came out, all it was booze, and he wasn't even that bad of a guy yet. Then he wasn't this bad. And when Ricky came out, the whole arena erupted.
Sang.
Wow.
And they sang
Yeah, and I was like,
the Ricky Hatton
holy
song.
smokes! Now Ricky Hatton got beat up, but
Yeah, well.
you know,
So who
Really?
do you think is going to walk Floyd into the ring? You think we're going to have
Now
Bieber?
we're getting to the
I
important
Let's
think
get to
stuff.
the
yeah, the
important
important stuff.
Bieber.
Yeah,
Bieber.
oh, Bieber's definitely gonna be there.
Man.
50 Cent.
Yeah, they're back cool now. I saw
Oh, really?
a story on TMZ the other day.
They made
where
up? They kissed
They
and made
made
up?
They made a. They put a picture out on Instagram, and
Oh.
50 had an interview on MTV talking about we're brothers, brothers fight, and he didn't want to listen to me, so we go back and forth. But that's my little brother, blah blah blah, and BS. But
and you got to wonder if any of that is real or if it's all just. A
yeah, I mean,
swerve,
perfect
you know?
timing, biggest
Yeah.
fight of the century, and now you
Exactly.
got back cool. You know what I'm
Yeah,
And
saying?
he's performing at Dre's, I think, on Friday night.
Yeah, I won't be there.
Yeah. And then Saturday night, I believe it's Chris Brown.
Yeah,
So-
Chris Brown's there Saturday. I know Bieber's at rehab. No, he's at rehab Saturday.
Okay.
And I won't be there for that either. But I saw a poster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I'm
and-
glad you're not going to see Bieber because
Nah.
I would
Yeah,
probably
I just
change my
don't- you don't
opinion.
look like a
no.
Bieber kind of guy.
No, if you're a guy and you like girls, you go see Bieber
Oh,
because
yes.
all
All
the
the
girls
girls.
are going to be there. You
Yeah,
go see
that's
Chris
right.
Brown.
But are any of them legal age? That's
if
the
they're at
question.
rehab, they have
Okay.
a great fake, and if their fake's good enough for rehab, no, I'm just playing. No. All jokes.
All jokes.
Jokes, folks, jokes.
but
Take it easy.
So now, will Pacquiao be walked in by the Filipino?
He'll probably have the president of the
president
Philippines
of the
walk him in. Yeah,
Philippines.
absolutely.
It's
Which-
not-
It's not saying much.
It's not. Isn't it
Well,
Waldo
look,
Marcos or
Look, the guy's walking him in because he's going to have his
Isn't he
job
a-
anyway.
Yeah, I know.
But when he retires from boxing, he's just looking at him going,
Yep.
"I'm taking your job."
Yeah, pretty much.
And the
know,
selfie
he's
sticks
gonna
will
run
be
the Philippines.
flying.
Oh, good lord.
Oh,
my
good
goodness.
lord! Hey,
I'm scared of the selfie sticks turning into weapons.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
yeah. I
seriously.
didn't
They're
think about
banning him
that.
from a
Yeah.
lot of places
Yeah.
because people are just like flipping them around and hitting people in the head with it.
Yeah.
And they got rid of them at museums because people were actually taking out things in museums and hitting stuff. And
Knocking
so,
over
like, you
priceless
can't,
art
a lot of these
vases
museums, you can't.
and-
They don't allow selfie
How
sticks.
far are we going to take vanity?
Yeah.
Yeah, really,
Jesus. I agree.
really. The selfie stick thing is just I can't take it. But I think the big winner for the fight weekend is going to be our town, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
The
You're
money
going to
coming
be
in
packed.
there.
Stacks and Yokes will definitely be packed on Sunday.
I won't be there.
Oh, that's right. You said you were taking off on Sunday.
Oh, I will not be there. Actually, I try to get talked into coming in during the peak hours between 9 and 12.
But you make good tips then.
Yeah, I'm a team player. I might step in there and help out.
Yeah,
we
that's
got some
good
rookies in
pocket.
there. I need to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smack around a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, they've
Yeah,
been
that would be
smacked.
good.
There's going to be some hungover people too, because there's going to be a lot of people partying watching the fight.
Oh, yeah. I'll be one of
And
them.
the hotel rooms here in Las Vegas are astronomical. A room at Circus is one of the least expensive hotels on the Strip, is currently listed as $239 on fight night.
For
The
Circus
same
Circus.
room, listen to this, the same room on Wednesday night, last night, went for $26.
Nice.
Which was what it was. That's the actual value of the room.
$26.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yes, look at you.
And the rooms at the MGM are starting at $1,600
I
a
have
night
15,
20.
And Wednesday night, the room rate on this 15
for the same room.
$76
Yep.
at the MGM.
People are-
$1,520.
There's also at Mandalay Bay is doing a lot of closed circuit viewings of the fight, right?
Yeah.
Mandalay Bay, because they all have to get the contracts. The Beach Club at Mandalay, okay, they have a VIP viewing at the pool club. Open bar, good. Hors d'oeuvres, that's good.
That works.
$595 a person.
Nah, I'm cool.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine just spending that kind of money to watch
$600 to watch
a fight
I'm like,
at a pool?
okay, wait.
At a
I could
pool?
buy the pay-per-view, stock up with all kinds of liquor and food for less
And
than what I
hookers.
would spend on one. Yeah, well,
And get a hooker.
Oh, you know they're actually the Metro
Hookers.
is actually trying to kind of deal with the prostitutes on the strip. They're trying to they're doing
The hoes are going to be out that
the
night.
hoes-
Come on.
The
they're
hoes
going to be everywhere.
on the track,
But
baby.
they're actually targeting the
Thumbs up on the
street
hoes.
workers. They're actually targeting them because they wanted to get them off.
Targeting
I'm
them.
like, why would you want it? Who cares?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
let them
Jerry's
get
shaking his
hey,
head. He's
Is
like,
it just
who
because you're
cares?
going to get a few more bucks and fines? I mean,
Yeah, you
The
know,
hoes are out. If they have that kind of money to spend watching a fight at a pool,
Hey.
how much money do you think they're going to spend
Yeah.
on the girls?
See, let the hoes get their money because they're gonna turn around and give it right back to us in some kind of way.
oh yeah, they're going to
Exactly.
spend it in a bar
Yeah,
or
they're
you
gonna
know,
go gamble.
they're going to gamble.
Because most of them are coming in. They don't live here. They're gonna come in from
Oh,
Cali.
for
They're
stuff
gonna-
like
that.
Yeah, they
It's like-
come in. They go.
It's
prey
like
on-
any political convention.
The
Yeah.
working
You know, when you
girls.
go into Washington D.C., they have bus tours that take them in. You know, they bring them in from other towns. It's like when you have to bring in extra labor for a convention, the hoes have to do that too.
Man, let these hoes live.
Because they there's only so many that they can take care of per day.
True.
Yep, and Metro's also worried about violence because back in September of 1996,
Here we go.
we had Tupac get shot
Yep.
after a Mike Tyson fight with Bruce Seldon. Is that
Yeah,
So
but
they're
that
also
that
worried
had
about
less
all
to
the-
do with the Mike Tyson fight and more to do with his personal
It is.
issues
East Coast, West
with-
Coast
yeah,
rivalry.
But
that
those
whole
kind-
rivalry that
But those kind of people are going to be in town for the fight. We're gonna have.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna have those kind of people and groups and.
the thing is, you're also going to have lots of people with money in town because that's exactly what that's what's going to pay the bills. I mean, you can't afford the cheapest seat in the arena is $1,500,
Ridiculous.
and people were buying the tickets and immediately reselling
Sell
them
'em,
for $4,500.
Hey,
Front
smart.
row seats going over $200,000 a piece. That's a house.
Yeah.
That's a house.
That's,
Yep.
that's a couple years' salary for some
Yeah.
people.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
half a decade for me.
Yeah, right. It's like holy shit. I'm like,
And-
I'd love to have that.
And think about it: if all activity at the MGM is pretty much stopped, like the show Ka, they're not doing a show that night.
They shouldn't.
No show.
Nobody's gonna go.
I can't. I haven't called Kenzie. I should have called Kenzie that used to work for us. She's one of our wedding planners. She works at the chapel. I'll bet you money they had to move those weddings too. If
Yeah.
they're closing Ka, the show for one night, they're probably the chapel's not doing any wedding business.
Yeah.
I mean, think about the restaurants too. I mean, it's just going to be insane. I wouldn't even want to go near there. Now we have events going on. We have events on Saturday.
Yep.
But thank God our events are one's in Henderson, one's at Caesars, which is not owned by MGM. So I don't think we're going to have too much of a challenge there. The other event is at the Link. That's the one I get nervous about because
Yeah.
that's closest to.
And it's the newest thing. Like the people who haven't been here in a while, or haven't been here before, they're gonna want to walk down through there, see the
Yeah.
observation wheel.
Yeah.
So it
The
might-
biggest thing is just going to be getting our guy in and getting a place to park the vehicle. Being able to get in and park, it's going to take longer, and that's really the biggest issue. Just because there's so many people down there.
Yeah.
Even like with getting in to do the press coverage for that day, Smitty and John are both getting down there at noon. And honestly, nothing starts until 5 o'clock. But if you want to get any kind of parking space or not sit in line with a million other people trying to get into the MGM, you're going to have to get there early.
And then the derby's that day.
Oh,
you're still gonna
that's
have-
right. I forgot about
Yeah.
the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a busy. Yeah, right. That is.
sports-wise, it's a busy day. But like I said, it's just this is going to be I mean, money-wise, it's just going to be ridiculous. And that the promoters are already trying to get a rematch scheduled because there's so much money in this. They would be crazy not to try to get a rematch. But it's up to the two fighters.
Yeah. Sure.
If they decide they don't want to do it, hey, we had our fight. We're good. Thank you
I
very
think it
much.
depends on how it goes. Like if it's a lopsided fight, I mean, I really don't see there being a point for a rematch.
Yeah.
Because if it's close, then if there's just like a straight up knockout, but if somebody's just dominating the entire time, it's
Yeah.
kind of just like, okay, well,
And I don't see that happening because Mayweather is again, he's a great defensive fighter. He's going to score points and he's going to frustrate Manny. He's not going to win 12 rounds to none. It's not. Even if he beats him, I don't think it's going to be that dominating a performance. And Manny is going to be out to take his head off.
I hope so.
You know, he's definitely wants to. So on Manny's side, it'll be an exciting fight. Mayweather's not an exciting fighter to watch, unless you are a true fighting fan that you understand what he's doing.
Oh, well, everybody's going to be an expert this weekend. You know that.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody's a boxing expert.
But
Oh, yeah.
Anytime they watch fights like that, they're, it was
I'm a
boring
boxing
fight, or
expert.
this was
Come
a
on.
terrible fight. When some fights are just amazing fights, but yeah, they're not beating each other up in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, this isn't NASCAR. You're not there to watch the wreck.
Well, and it's styles too. It's you know, you got like always use the example. Mexican fighters are taught to go into the middle of the ring and beat the shit out of each other.
Well, yeah.
That's what they do. They get pissed when you don't stand there and just fight them.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you get, you know, like Canelo really got frustrated with Mayweather because he couldn't do anything against Mayweather.
No,
he was like, "Go ahead, want to hit me? Go ahead." What? And Canelo's like, so he's like, just stand here and fight. No, that's not what he does.
Yeah, I'm trying to win.
Yeah, he wants to win. He's not there. It's not an ego thing. It's I want to win, and you know.
Do you know the referee Kenny Bayless? Have you heard?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kenny Bayless. Have you heard of him?
Uh-huh.
Is he a good ref?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because that's who's reffing the fight.
Yeah, we've interviewed him
Remember
before.
we talked about it?
He's
We
been
were,
on our
like,
show.
Wondering who will.
In fact, I think we had him on a special for the Hall of Fame.
Now, how tight are they on the refs? Like I guess you call them
the judges?
the checks and balances. Like, you know.
Well, for this fight, they had to be really, really critical because a fight of this magnitude, if there is, and there has been quite a few in past years, there's been quite a few really bad calls made by judges in big fights even, and some in smaller fights. But if that happens here, it takes a big toll on the sport in general because there's so many eyes on it and it's so critical. They had to make sure, and the judges that they have scheduled for this fight are pretty reliable. You know, they don't have because there are some judges that when we see on the card, we're like, oh boy, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
You know, when you see it's like, that's the judge that had a lopsided victory for this fighter when it was obvious that they lost.
Now these people, is this still that old school? You know, money under the table, scratch my back, you scratch yours.
The thing is you can't prove any of that. You don't know if that's the case, but there are some ones where it's either complete incompetency or they got paid off. But here's the thing. If you're getting paid off, you're not going to go lopsided the opposite direction. You're going to have it, okay, I have him winning, but by a round or two.
Yeah.
Not by 8.
You would hope.
When it was an obvious one. That would be stupid. But like you said, a lot of them don't know because there's this very specific formula they use for judging. It's not just who's beating the other guy up. They go by, there's 4 different areas that they cover. It's, effective aggressiveness, the accuracy of their punches, ring generalship. Basically, are they doing what they want to do in the ring? That's part of the scoring. That has nothing to do with if they're hitting the guy more. But are they accomplishing what they want to accomplish in the ring? Gotcha. So there's a lot more to it, and people don't realize that. They judge it on, I think he beat him up more than he beat him up, and that's how they judge a fight.
Yeah.
Do you think that by the way, no royal baby yet? No royal baby has been born yet.
The why we care? Why do we care?
So if the royal baby is born on fight night, does this bump the fight night?
No,
hell
not
no.
here.
Hell no.
Not here.
Does this bump fight
Absolutely
night? News?
not.
No,
Man,
no.
listen,
All right.
You know what's going to happen on Sunday? There was a royal baby born on Sunday.
I don't
I
like
predict-
being rude to kids, but man, forget that kid. I'm using a nice word.
First of all, here's the thing. Here's the thing, and I'm going to say it. People from
He or she is like fifth. Will be fifth in line to the throne.
woohoo. So first of all,
It's my slow clap.
First of all, we can look back in history, and there's not a lot of good that we can actually say about the people
Fourth in line.
who have been kings of Great Britain. They're basically monarchies, and these are people that had a lot of power and did a lot of bad stuff, and basically they're born to power. They didn't earn their positions. They just happen to be born to the right person, and we think that's so exciting.
Yeah, why do we
and
help?
we give them free celebrity.
Yeah.
Why?
We just help the famous get more famous. We help the rich get richer. Like, I don't understand why we are just
We're enamored by that. Just like keeping up with the Kardashians
don't get me
for
started.
the sake of fame, and it's just
Oh, God.
I don't get it. I don't care if you're royalty. I don't care. That just means that you were born. You had no control over who your parents were.
No.
So why should I be all enamored with you because you were born to
Because there are people
well-to-do-
that like them. They just.
I'm sure they do, and look, and there's certain places
They make
that
money.
there's
to
certain
being
places
royal.
in the Great Britain that if you said something bad about the king,
They'll shoot
you'd
you.
be in trouble. Now you get beat up.
Yeah, but what do they do now? Like, I mean, like, what is he kinging up
They
on? Like, is
do
he on the corner like, yo,
PR.
I'm the king.
They,
I
you know
need
what they,
to-
you know what they
They
do?
do
They
PR
collect
stuff.
tax money. They get paid for doing nothing.
Yeah.
Now there is
So
some,
they're
the
Nothing,
queen does
eh?
have some official duties, but other than going poop, that's her official duty.
Yeah,
I think
that
is
works.
mostly. But
The
she does have a
royal
few, but
throne.
really very little. There's
Royal
really they're
throne.
more PR
Yeah.
for Great Britain than anything else. They go out and they do that's really more at this point all they do. They really don't have any power anymore. Parliament and the Prime Minister really have the power over the
Yeah.
country. But I can guarantee you, if the Queen wanted something done, it'd get
Oh,
done.
hell yeah, it'd get done.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah. Is she like
So-
the mafia?
Well, pretty much over there they are. They
Well,
got some.
think
They
about
got
what
some. They got some juice. Let's put it
Well,
that way.
let's put it this way. What happened to poor Diana? Was it a real car?
Well, they
weren't happy with her.
Did the
No.
royals?
She broke a lot of the
take her
rules.
out?
And
Yeah.
we'll never know for sure.
And we'll never know.
Never.
Nope.
We'll
Sad
never
story.
know.
Never
It
ever.
is
Just
sad.
like we'll never know what happened to Tupac for sure.
Nope.
We'll never know what happened to Diana.
And we'll never know what happened to Elvis.
Yeah, we will.
No, we know.
We know what happened.
Yeah.
He ate
Too much stacks and yolks.
Yeah,
Yeah, we even have a pancake,
pancake
named
after him. Yeah.
And it's a
Oh,
peanut butter
oh my
pancake with
God.
bacon inside, topped with bananas, powdered sugar, and butter.
Have you ever
Yep.
eaten it?
And if he was alive today, he'd be eating that every
Oh,
day.
hell, he'd probably throw some more peanut butter.
That's
in it.
right.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! How many people ordered that pancake?
A lot of people order that
Did
pancake.
Big Daddy order that pancake?
I think he did. Yeah.
I think he did. Big
think he
Daddy,
did.
my friend from.
We're
We're like, hey, it's
Connecticut.
Vegas. We got to order the Elvis.
Yeah, he ordered the Elvis. I think Big Daddy actually ate an Elvis pancake. That's too funny.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that granny hair is in style right now?
What is that?
Granny hair is gray-haired people. I guess there was a fashion show somewhere, and the runway models were all sporting gray hair.
So young girls with gray hair.
like the
Like-
Kelly Osbourne.
You know what that
ginger
is?
Like
hair.
X-Men.
Yeah, you know what that
Gray
is?
hair,
Like
really?
mutants?
Yeah,
I am not
You-
going. Sorry,
you know,
you're
wait,
not
wait,
going
wait.
to find granny
you
hair
know,
on
You know
me.
what that is? They ran out of ideas.
Pretty much.
And they said, throw a gray wig on. Watch. Somebody said, watch. I'll guarantee you, if we throw everybody on the runway with granny wigs on, we can make it a thing. And
Granny-
other people will start buying these. Watch. We'll do 2 or 3 shows. We'll get it on the news. And now it's starting to be a thing.
People are actually dyeing their dark hair gray.
Wow.
Gray. I love the gray. Ever since I first saw it in a magazine, I was fascinated. And this young girl went changing her hair. Really? Fascinated? Really? I would not go gray. Hell no. I've got grays coming out of my head right now. I can't wait to run to the store and buy some cover up. Really? Really gray hair?
We're running out of stuff to do. Is all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, how could you say? Could you? I mean, Halle Berry looks cute with gray hair. I guess they're
she
saying
look cute
that.
bald.
Yeah, exactly. Lady Gaga is sporting
Yeah.
gray hair. Pink, Rihanna, Nicole Richie, Kelly Osbourne. I just don't get it. The process can be long, taking at least 2 hours to bleach the natural hair and then add new color.
You spend more than 2 hours getting your purple put in. So it's
Exactly. Granny hair costs anywhere from $200 to $700 to have done.
$700. Oh, yeah. You got
There
it.
he is. He's
Granny
got,
hair.
Yep,
Wow.
granny hair.
Or you could just
Thank you, Jerry.
invest
Granny
in
hair.
time. Time will take care of it
Yeah,
for
if
you.
you want
Yeah,
granny
just hang
hair.
out for a while.
You
It'll
want
happen.
granny hair? Turn 55 years old.
Come
Turn
work
50.
at Stacks and Yolks.
Yeah,
You'll
they
get
just start
granny
getting
hair.
granny
Sight and sound. Be a business owner. You want granny
Yeah,
hair?
just open your own
Open your
business.
own business.
Yeah.
There you go.
True
They'll
story.
be popping out of your head left and right. That's all I have to say about granny hair.
Granny hair. Wow.
It's just, yeah, I don't understand that one bit. Everybody tries to fight to get away from that, but nope.
Now, Pat, I guess apparently in New York City, we always talk about Walking Dead. Do you watch The Walking Dead?
I have not. I'm one of those
Oh my
guys that all the
God.
major series I haven't caught any of them.
Oh my gosh, he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, he likes you.
See, now I'm normally
No Breaking Bad, no
okay.
Walking Dead.
I never watched
I've
Breaking
never
Bad.
seen Breaking Bad. I've never watched The Wire. Never watched
Oh,
Lost.
The Wire, though, I've seen that.
And I've heard it's a great series,
Oh,
but I've never watched it. Lost, I've lost the channel.
You lost.
I don't
You
know.
got lost on Lost. But
Mad Men,
Nope.
never seen any of those. But Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, WWE, that's like all. Oh, and Days of Our Lives, which, by the way, is the best TV show on right now.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to watch Days of Our Lives.
I'm at work at those hours. I believe.
Yeah.
Oh my
Jody
God,
is
it's
too.
so
She
good.
DVRs it.
Mother,
I'm not that dedicated.
You got the
No, she
son
is.
banging the daughter, banging the mom. It's awesome. You
Oh,
got
yeah.
some lady stealing stealing an embryo out of another one and
Can you
planting
tell
it
she
with
also
her.
likes reality television?
Yeah, I know, right? Have you seen
Yeah.
Love and Hip Hop before?
Yeah.
Oh, it gets if you like Ratch-tastic TV, definitely tune in to Love and Hip Hop on
Oh
VH1,
my
the new
gosh.
BET.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to see that. But no, I do watch. I was watching Teen Mom for a while on MTV.
I caught
The
a couple
OG
episodes.
though, the OG. Now
Yeah.
they're back to the original girls.
Yeah.
The OG.
The OG,
so,
yeah.
yeah, I watched that. But
Why don't we keep celebrating these horrible decisions
I
these
know.
girls are making?
I don't get that.
I don't get that either.
We-
but it
it's
did.
like-
but it did decrease teen pregnancy. I
you-
think
you're gonna
teens
make-
did see these girls.
Well,
like,
initially
struggling.
though, it spiked because they wanted to be on TV. Girls
Yeah.
are trying to get pregnant to get on the
Oh,
show.
get on show.
really?
Yeah,
No.
they had this whole special about it, and Dr. Drew was like, "No, that's bad. We're never going to cast you." So like, all right, well, we'll give our babies away.
Wow. Well,
There's some stupid people in this world.
Well, the only reason why I
Holy
brought
smokes.
up The Walking Dead and then we talked about our TV shows is because in New York City there are not wolves. But coyotes are running wild in New York City.
Wow.
Wild coyotes. And they just caught a coyote at a Starbucks. It was trying to get a latte.
He wanted a latte, yeah. He
Yeah,
wanted-
what-
so
I
wanted
mean, it's
something to
right
drink.
here in the story. A young female coyote outside a cafe in a residential area of Lower Manhattan on Saturday. They actually caught it.
And that's really weird because coyotes are
In
are
New
very
York City,
are
not the
very
wolves.
shy. They generally travel in packs. If they're by themselves, like you could not approach a coyote. They would run away from a person.
Now, is this just like a different word from like maybe a younger or older girl, like a cougar? No,
No, it's a
are we
real-
calling these
they
hoes
showed a
coyotes
pic-
now?
No, they showed a picture of the cute little furry coyote.
Oh,
it
isn't
was
that
so
sweet?
cute.
Yeah.
She was so cute.
Yeah,
I
until
hope
she
they
rips your
don't.
face off.
Yeah,
They're
well,
probably what's
that's what I
happening is
heard.
they're probably getting bumped out of whatever neighborhoods they were in the one of the
In
boroughs,
Manhattan?
and they're looking for food. They're just
In
looking for
Manhattan?
They're looking
they're
for
just-
better work in Manhattan. They're just looking
Yeah,
for better work.
no,
Yeah.
they know there's lots of rats out there to eat. So
Oh, I guess.
Good high quality rats.
High quality
They're eating
rats.
great scraps in Manhattan.
exactly,
Yeah, so,
and the
yeah.
people leave the shit right out on the sidewalk, and they
Oh
got all
yeah,
that
they
food.
got all kinds of food to eat. So yeah, so the coyotes are taking over instead of the wolves. We've got coyotes. Remember, I saw a coyote when we were driving to Death Valley.
Yeah.
And I wanted to pull over to the side of the road, and every day this coyote would be walking every day.
across the golf course.
No, I saw the one on the road.
on
from
the side of the-
from Death
well, there was one
Valley.
in the golf course,
Furnace
too, on the
Cre-
back behind
the
the-
Furnace Creek Ranch going
Yeah.
up to the lodge.
There's a lot of coyotes out there.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And I pulled over and inside and I wanted to pet it, and everybody's like, no.
First off,
I
you
was like,
couldn't get
kitty,
close.
kitty,
First off, you
kitty,
couldn't get
kitty,
close
kitty.
to it, and secondly,
No, you
yes, it
couldn't
is a
get-
wild animal.
Yeah, you
Yes,
definitely
you-
could not get close to it
See,
because as
here's
soon
the-
as I pulled over the car and I went, here, kitty, kitty, here, kitty, kitty, it just took off.
See, this is like the perfect stereotype for me to dive right into. So this is the difference between
Yeah.
me and you. You want to go pet this damn thing? I'm gonna run as fast as. Oh no.
But it was cute.
Oh, okay. See, yeah, and then we
And
read about.
furry.
Then you're gonna be in the news.
Yeah.
with missing an arm.
One time we were out on one of our rides, and when we do rides, you go into these mountain areas, where there's lots of wildlife. Well, this bear cub goes running across the street. Bear cubs are adorable, right? So everybody's like pulling over to see where the bear cub went. I'm like, oh, they're all looking. Hey, I think I see it up there. I'm like, guys, this is really cool. It's cool to see nature, but do you realize if there's a bear cub, there's a bear mama
mother. Yeah.
who ain't gonna be too happy that you're between her and her cub. So I suggest, even though we have these wonderful, protective clothing on, that's not going to help against a very angry mother bear. So I suggest we leave.
Yeah,
and they
that's-
all kind of went, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, that should be a red flag anyway. If they're putting protective gear on you to go ride through the woods, yeah, I'm
Well,
probably
no,
gonna
when
stay.
you ride
Well, you ride
motorcycles, on a
motorcycle, you gotta
motorcycle,
wear
yeah.
Oh,
protective
on the
gear.
motorcycle.
Yeah, we're on motorcycles, and it just ran
to
across the
protect
road.
you from falling or
From
protect
falling.
you from the
Getting
animals.
road rash.
Both, yeah.
Okay, all right.
It does both, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but a bear
Yeah.
will still eat your arm off in
Yeah, if it-
protective gear. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it just take a little bit longer to chew on your arm than it would if you didn't have it on.
Get
That's
some selfies in while he's doing
that's right. Hey,
Oh,
stick,
yeah,
stick,
my
stick.
God, take that damn stick and shove it up the...
Yeah, so you got to be careful with wildlife. It's not a petting zoo.
Yes,
In
not a petting-
nature, they
Oh, we
they
know.
see
My,
us.
my people know.
They
My
see it. Yeah, a
people
lot of
know.
people.
We know.
We know. the Italian in me wants to go, here, kitty, kitty, kitty. I've also wanted to pet other wildlife along the side of the road. Ask Pat. I wanted to pet a cow. Oh, I made him stop the car once.
for a whole herd of sheep.
Oh, my God. That was the coolest thing ever.
Hundreds of them.
Hundreds of sheep. Where were
How
we?
long did that take?
In wine country.
Oh well, they were all
They were
fenced in, so they were.
I
Oh,
made
okay.
him
Yeah,
pull
so-
the car. I made him stop, pull the car over. I'm like, we got
And
to
the moment
go
you walk
and take
towards
a
them, they
picture.
don't even look up, but
No,
all
they
of them
just
just
go-
wander off to the other side.
They just
They don't
gradually,
even look up at you and go. they
eat
they
grass
know
and
and they just keep going.
and they
like, get away.
sidestep.
All in unison.
It
It's
was
like
the most amazing sight I ever saw. It was cool.
You got to get out more.
I do.
yeah.
It's the gray hair.
It's like,
Working
look,
here.
you could pet a cow, won't be an issue. If it has horns coming out, don't mess with it.
Yeah.
No.
If it has horn and two big balls hanging from the back, leave it alone.
And don't be wearing red.
Well, that's
Not
they
true.
don't care about red.
Bullfights.
Yeah, it's not even
No,
red?
that's nothing. They just
They
care
don't charge
if you're they're trained.
Jerry, you're Latin. Come
they're
on.
trained to, that's a training thing. They actually train the bulls to do that.
Oh, really? I
That's
thought if
actually
they saw
trained-
red, they
no,
just come
they're
after you.
trained to do that. That's not
Okay.
a
All
natural
right.
thing.
I'm
They
done.
don't react to the color red.
Okay.
They react to things that piss them off.
Yeah.
And if
Got
you
it.
happen to piss them off, then yeah.
Toro.
they're
Only
gonna
thing
come
that,
after you.
that reacts to the color red are Crips. Okay.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Don't wear red in L.A.
No, because you just don't know what neighborhood
Yeah,
you're going to turn
depends on
right
what side
into.
you
Stay
on,
out of
cut.
Got a
contact.
flat tire on the 91 somewhere.
Just don't get out the car.
Yeah.
Just don't get out of the car.
Hopefully
There
you
you
have enough
go.
power in your battery.
That's right. I actually broke down on my motorcycle when I was working in Long Beach, but I had to take the 91 to get where I worked, and the 91 goes straight through Compton, and I ran out of gas because the petcock whatever screwed up, but I ran out of gas and I was pushing the bike to get off the off ramp to go get gas, and a cop came over and asked me, he said, "Oh, are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I just ran out of gas." He goes, push the bike off to there. I'll take you to go get some gas. He says, "You don't want to push through this neighborhood."
Yeah.
Wow.
And he gave me a ride.
Where was it? How long ago was this?
This was back when I was probably 18.
Oh, okay.
Big balling and shot Colin.
And he was yeah, but he was like, "Yeah, no, you don't want to go off
Yeah.
and get gas here. You just
Yeah.
you won't make it to the gas station." Is basically what he was trying to say. So,
Oh well.
Wow.
but yeah.
Wow.
But some more big news, obviously, unless you've been in a cave, and you probably then haven't heard about the Mayweather fight either, but you probably you heard maybe a little something about the issues that they're having in Baltimore. And one of the big issues that they caught on TV was the mom who laid the smackdown on her son
Yes.
because
Yep.
she saw him on TV participating in the riots, and
Good
the
for
son
her.
was 16.
Oh,
And
16? That's all he was?
Yeah, and she decided that just wasn't going to happen. So
Guys,
this is from
Good to see you
TMZ, by
guys.
the
How
way.
you guys
This is
doing?
them interviewing
Great
the
to
mom.
See you guys look great. I saw you on The View. You guys did a great job. You guys are you are the mother of the year right there. You are so great.
I don't know
How
about
does it
mother of
feel?
the
How
year,
are you guys
but
handling
okay.
all this?
Yeah.
How everything's changed so far? How things changed?
He's cute.
How are you handling
It's
it?
a lot. It's a lot. I don't feel as though I'm the mother of the year.
Good call.
So that
Good
part
call.
I haven't taken.
Okay, and here's the first thing.
He's cute.
Look at this kid. He's just this good-looking young
He's a cute little kid, yeah.
You're looking at him go, why is he messing around, throwing a hoodie on, throwing rocks at cops? He looks
Wow.
like he'd be like the valedictorian at his school.
He looks like Carlton.
It's called the victim of the trend right there. I mean, he might have been one of those kids, because I had to go through this when I was younger because I was in all the advanced placement classes. Granted, I grew up in the hood and I was
Yeah.
on the football team, basketball team. So
Yeah.
the only time I would see my friends was at practice.
Yeah.
But my nickname was White Boy because I got good grades. But it kind of came full circle because by the time we got to high school, hey, yo, B, let me, you going to help me out with my homework? This, that, the
Exactly.
whole deal. He might have been going through something like that, just trying to do something to fit in. And,
Exactly.
almost
They could
backfired.
have got him killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, you're the mother. Well, that's
Oh,
great.
the
How
the
much-
kid
how
said
much
to me,
you
"You're the
love
mother of the year."
He didn't
You
say
better
that.
say that.
Yeah, because
He
she
didn't
didn't
say
kill
that
him.
when she.
Is he grounded, by the way?
He is grounded.
What's his punishment?
he has to stay with me for eternity.
I hear you.
Wow.
Well, how are things going on?
Eternity might not be that
I know you
long
still
with
have
her.
family
Yeah.
and friends back there. How are things in Baltimore currently,
Well, we haven't. I haven't been there for the last couple of days, but it has quiet down a bit. But tomorrow is when we're supposed to find out if any charges going to be pressed against the police officers that had any participation in the death of Freddie Gray. So it calmed down a little bit, but it's not over.
I hear you. How has life's changed? Has any TV producers or movie producers contacted you, maybe do a reality show?
Yeah, of
Here
course.
we
This
go.
is Tia.
Got off the air with Whoopi Goldberg,
Yeah, The View.
I actually.
So what were we just talking about earlier?
Celebrity.
Celebrity.
Average people
So-
becoming famous.
So now, mom did something she thought was right, and now they're going to throw all the celebrity at her,
Well,
at the
see-
two of them, and that could screw things up even worse.
It could, but here's the deal. I mean, at least in the initial part of this, I like it because
Yeah.
they're celebrating something that was positive versus
Yeah.
oh, I had sex with Ray J and the tape leaked, so now I'm
Exactly.
famous, or I'm trying to find love on TV, and now I'm famous. But like this right here is like, okay, well, I wouldn't want them to have like a reality show, maybe
No.
a movie's loosely based on
what happened. Yeah.
But I mean, I like it though. It's coming off of something positive.
Yeah, and I think you've gotten both sides with this. I've seen both sides talked about how she's, again, I'm not going to call her Mother of the Year. I do think that if I had a kid, a 16-year-old son, and I saw him on TV doing that, it would have been a lot worse than what this guy went through.
Yeah.
Would you have so you would have gone down there like she did and grabbed your kid?
His feet had been dangling off the ground as I carried him by the neck back to the car. But here's the thing, and people say, well, how do you treat a violent act with violence? The reality is that this is not the kid doing something bad in school or not doing his homework. This is something that could have possibly led to the kid dying.
Yeah.
Okay? This is a life or death situation, a stupid decision that could have really had some serious consequences. And if there's a point where you need to lay the smack down on your kid, whether you're into corporal punishment or not, that's the point.
That's when they pull the trigger.
You need to know there's consequences to doing something that stupid.
Absolutely. My thing is, it's good old child rearing. What happened to smacking the hell out of your kid?
Oh.
I used to get my ass beat all the time, and I'm doing okay. I wouldn't say I'm. I have Budweiser tattooed on me, but at the same time, I'm still doing okay. I'm doing a lot better than some of my peers, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, she smacked him upside his head and get your ass back to the house. I don't understand why it's like, well, you did the violence and throwing a rock at a cop is a different type of violence than smacking your own kid and taking him back home.
Yes.
Yeah. If you smack your kid in the head like that because they wouldn't put something back in the supermarket or something like that, okay, yeah, I could see that's a little overboard. Yeah. But we're talking some extreme stuff here. We're talking where your kid was literally in a position to be, and at very least thrown in jail.
Or got shot, or maybe shot, or
because they were,
you don't know. He was following his friends. He said
he was following his friends. He became part of the group, and they were going around. And let's face it, if I absolutely believe in the need to protest when things go wrong. Yeah. But the moment you start burning shit, and especially things that had nothing to do with what happened, there's no legitimacy to your argument. You can't tell me because this person did something bad that you're going to go burn somebody else's house and try to justify that as protest. That's not protest, that's stupidity, because that person had nothing to do with you.
I mean, I think there's a little touch of ignorance in there too. I mean, they don't have, the tools to really have a background on what a real protest is. I mean, it's just, I think they're limited as to how they can express themselves, so they're looking for attention. And if you can't talk, you're going to be physical with things. So, I mean, I understand it to an extent. At the same time, in this day and age, like, you really don't have that much of an excuse. I mean, if you can work an iPhone 6 back and forth without even looking at it, but then you don't want to sit in school and learn history and learn different things and how we got to where we are, then you're just not choosing to take that. Because even with all the social media and all the information, you can just get on your phone and click it if you want it, but you don't want that. You want to shake your ass on Instagram.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and I think here too, it's like we talked about. It's not the majority of the people there by any stretch. It's that small group of people that just decided we're going to take advantage of this situation, and we're going to start burning stuff, and we're going to start stealing stuff, and which to me is just ridiculous. The moment you start stealing, really, how is that part of the protest?
Yeah, really, that's like, what's that have to do with a guy being beat
burning down the CVS, and then they had a guy that the police were trying to put out a fire.
And he cut the
hose.
Yeah.
Why would you do? I mean, do you think
try and keep them from putting out the fire? It's like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. I mean, but at the same time, like I said, I can get both sides. I mean, it's like, but the thing is, I think that the biggest part why people are still so pissed off about it is because this situation keeps happening over and over again. It's always police officers, black male, dying. It's not like getting beat up or put in jail for something wrong.
The problem with it too is that it happens a lot more than you think to a lot of other people. But
I did see that statistic too.
The press is looking for stories.
Yes,
and they know that these stories enrage people and get ratings and sell magazines and get people on their site.
So
they create this. They create this drama. There could have been 20 other people that suffered worse issues than this kid.
Yeah.
That you can say, well, ultimately he died. Yeah, that's terrible. We don't know all of the circumstances yet. We don't know if he tried to kill the cop. We don't know if there could have been other things involved with this. But there's a lot of these situations that have happened over the years that you never hear about.
True.
It's you got to look at it as this. A lot of this is the press trying to inflame these emotions to create these stories. The press is creating stories. Look, if these guys did something wrong, they need to be punished for it. They need to be properly prosecuted, and they need to take care of that, because you can't have that. People think that all cops do this. It's not the case. I know a lot of cops that are very good people.
Yeah, my dad's a cop.
It's just like anything else. There's a small percentage of any group that are assholes.
Yeah.
And that do stupid stuff.
But
and
they get the shine, though.
They get the shine. They're the ones that...
As soon as they turn on, it's like, oh, there's that asshole. They pick him out the group.
How many tens of thousands of interactions happen every day that nothing goes wrong that we don't hear about, but that one stupid person that overreacts, that does something like that, and it becomes, and again, then now other people are getting hurt because of it. Yeah. If more people die and others think because of this, what have you solved? Nothing. You haven't solved anything. You've made it worse. True. More than anything else. So go after the core problem, and it's not. Nobody likes being stereotyped. You don't like being stereotyped based on race, on religion, on anything else. Don't say all cops are like that, because they're just not. Don't say that all young black men do this, because they don't. No. I
don't have a baby mama.
No, exactly.
I don't think I do.
Exactly.
No, I don't think I do either. I don't think I have a baby daddy out there. Nobody's sending me a Mother's Day card except for the dogs.
They're the dogs.
Yeah, well,
the dogs are treating.
Dogs are very intelligent to send you that.
They are. My dogs are Chingo. They're very smart. Did you meet Chingo?
I haven't.
We brought them to the restaurant once. I don't think you were working that day.
Oh, that's a rarity.
Yeah, that's a rarity. Hey, so do you remember 10 years ago? Do you remember MySpace?
I do.
Okay, well, MySpace
I had music on MySpace.
Yeah,
well, have you got an email from them that says the good, the rad, and what were you thinking?
It's probably my spam.
Okay, MySpace is trying to make a comeback.
What?
They are. They're trying to make a comeback. And apparently they are emailing people that had MySpace accounts to re-engage them to use MySpace once again.
For what?
Just for a comeback.
Well, they better completely redesign the interface, because that was the most complicated layout ever to try and do anything.
There is a new MySpace. There is apparently a new MySpace with all new. MySpace has been reaching out to current and past users. There are current users of MySpace.
Yeah, it's all those gray-haired girls.
Right? All those gray-haired girls. Yeah, throwback.
To re-engage them through a personalized experience. That's what they're doing. So they're using also your old photos. Your old photos, and that's the whole "what were you thinking?"
That should be fun.
So
that's going to be a draw, though.
Yeah, that'll get some excitement.
They're pulling out your photos, so that's what they're doing. So
maybe them and classmates.com can work together.
And if you remember when MySpace first came out, it was it was popular between 2005 and 2008. And when you signed up for an account, who was your first friend?
Tom.
There you go.
Good old Tom.
Tom was your first friend on MySpace. So they're trying to make a comeback.
And you do realize who was one of the people that bought the company a few years ago.
I was going to say,
was it Zuckerberg?
Was it Zuckerberg? Was it Justin Timberlake?
Justin Timberlake.
Did he?
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake, along with, in fact, it's like an investment
stream one of his concerts on that one day?
Yeah, he did. It's and Specific Media. Justin Timberlake and Specific Media bought the company from News Corp for $35 million.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, it wasn't worth anything. At its peak, it was probably worth $1 billion, and it went.
Oh yeah, thanks MySpace.
So, yeah, exactly. So
thumbs up.
So good old Jay. And look, if anybody's going to make something relevant and hip, I guess Justin Timberlake can figure out a way, because
anything he touches turns to gold.
He's done pretty good for himself.
Yeah, he's done.
For an NSYNC guy,
for a boy band, and you come out of a boy band and you keep yourself that relevant.
And he's great in movies. Have you ever seen him act? He's
great on SNL. I love him.
Oh yeah. My God, yeah.
They love him on SNL too.
Yeah,
he brings in big ratings when he's on SNL. He really does. I forgot what my train of thought was. I was going somewhere. Oh, Bruce Jenner.
Bruce Jenner.
Did you see any of Bruce Jenner?
That
was
saw too much of him. I saw a little bit of it.
You saw him naked?
Yeah. Well,
what happened here?
It was a weird night in West Hollywood.
A few drinks, couple bucks.
You said no baby mama. Hey.
He could be both. Baby
he could be
mama
both.
and baby daddy.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. No. I'm pretty open-minded. I have gay friends. I have transgendered friends. Sure. To me, there's no such thing as a bi-male. We'll get into that in another show. You can be a bi-female, but you can't be a bi-male.
I got you.
But I don't like. I mean, you can like or love anybody you want. That part I have no problems with. When you start altering your full-on sex, you're playing God.
Yeah.
And that makes me kind of, now I'm going to be more so on one side of the fence versus, sitting right on it. So, I mean, more power to him, but I hate when people are like, he's so brave and so courageous and this, and that. It's like, I mean, it's just him telling his truth. I mean, I understand.
Yeah.
Well, but people have lived with that truth inside them for years.
And I think the thing is, I don't think
coming out.
brave and courageous would have been if he did this 20 years ago.
Yeah, well,
I think anymore now and people are probably get pissed that I say this, but I don't think it's so brave and courageous anymore because now if you do it, what happens? You get book deals, you get interviewed by big people, you get offered
Sawyer
new
comes
shows.
And interviews you. How much money
yeah.
you think he made for that?
So
listen, I'll put a dress on for a couple mil for Diane Sawyer to come talk to me.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is I don't think at this point in his life it was the bravest choice. I think it would definitely was a tough thing for him to deal with because he's been dealing with it, and according to him, he's known all along.
Yeah.
Since he was a little kid.
That to me, the mental anguish of what he's gone through for the past 50 plus years that he's known that this was who he is, or even more than that. Has got to be tough, and I'm sure to him
he kept marrying women,
and
hot women too.
Yeah, hot
women and popping out kids.
Yeah.
He's got like 6
But they're saying
biological
that
children.
transgendered. A lot of the guys that are transgendered are not gay. They just want to be women.
Yeah,
but they still
And
like
he
women.
Said,
So-
and I got the feeling from watching Diane Sawyer interview with him that he doesn't want to have the full operation. I think he likes women. I mean, he made a date with Diane Sawyer to dress as her. He wouldn't give his name yet. He's not ready to give his female name, but he showed a dress that he would meet Diane Sawyer in a restaurant. I guess apparently they did meet. No cameras, but he still. She asked him all these questions.
I just don't think you get to pick your own gender.
Yeah, I just think it's kind of weird.
You just get to pick it.
Yeah.
I don't. To me, that's just.
know.
I mean, I can pick whatever name you want. Nickname, but I mean,
if you don't like the name that your parents give you and you want to change it, that's
call me Xbox One from here on out.
Yeah, exactly. Or G2. Jerry's G2. Are you G2 or G1? G2. We got G2.
G2.
So I got two employees, both named Gerardo.
Ah.
What the hell? I did. So one's Jerry, one's Gerardo, but now they're G1, G2.
Okay, so now you're just robots.
So I mean, I met Bruce Jenner. Thought he was a really, really cool guy. I was shocked when I heard the news because in my former career, I used to work with celebrities. I used to work on Regis and Kathy Lee.
Oh, nice.
So I worked with a lot of celebrities. But Bruce Jenner was actually somebody I worked with at Sight and Sound because I do a lot of corporate events. For people that come into Vegas and have these amazing speakers. Bruce Jenner happened to be, and his speech, by the way, awesome.
Yeah.
What a great public speaker and motivational speaker. He was amazing. It was just a great speech. And I remember him coming up to me as a DJ, begging me not to play the YMCA.
Yeah, well,
because he was in that
because
movie.
of the movie.
Please don't stop the music right after he.
And he hated that movie so bad. That was like he said that was his biggest
But if
mistake ever.
You know what? We just want people. I just want people to be happy. If you're
Yeah, be
happy
happy,
as a
man.
chick, go ahead. Good luck for you. Just don't go around with gray hair. That's all I have to say. Gray hair sucks.
Hey,
I don't
man.
care who you are. Gray hair sucks.
Well,
I
he's
don't
going to
think.
be on top of all the trends. He's probably gray right now. We just don't
Well,
know
Kim
it.
Kardashian told him if you're going to be a woman, honey, you got to rock it. You
I
got to
guess.
rock it. So Kim has offered to go shopping with Bruce and.
Well, at least he put it out there, and we know that he was a he at one point.
What were you just playing?
No, that was part of a Bruce Jenner video. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I probably should have told you to mute that channel while I was doing it because it's wait. Let's see. Let's see if it does.
It's all bullshit.
There you go. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
all bullshit.
Okay.
All right.
I'm not going to play any more of the clip than that. Then
That's
I
all
just
we
wanted
need.
to throw people off.
Okay. Well, I guess we're kind of running out of time because I started the stopwatch a little bit late.
A little late.
So
Okay.
So Brandon, tell people again where they can find you.
Yes, the good old social media where all the creepers creep. You can find me on Twitter at Brandon D. Nelson. You can find me on Facebook at Brandon Drake Nelson. That's really my real name. I'm not one of those Brandon too hot for your mama Nelson kind of things. Like Drake is really on my driver's license. But I have too many friends on Facebook. So just put something on my wall. It'd be great. And what am I missing? Instagram. Brandon D. Nelson. You can also find me Sunday through Sunday at Stacks and Yolks from 7 to 3.
And you're also spinning. You're also spinning, right? I heard you. Did you
Yes.
talk about an appearance you have at the Hard Rock
Yes.
Hotel?
This Sunday at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino on Paradise. I will be spinning at Ainsworth. It's right across from the Joint, right next to Pink Taco inside Hard Rock. It's a nice little sports bar. So I start at 7 p.m. this Sunday on the 3rd, the day after Pacquiao gets knocked out.
Yeah,
And,
there you go. Take that. Put that in your selfie stick.
Yeah, put that in your vape and smoke it.
Smoke it.
But yeah, DJ B Nell is my DJ name, and yeah, just
It's all bullshit.
yeah.
Sorry about that. Sorry, that was
Thanks,
by
buddy.
accident.
Oh, no, it's not.
What a very, very perfectly timed accident there.
Yeah, exactly.
The mouse did it all by itself.
And Brandon will also be part of the Sight and Sound event team. So if you're looking to have a party and you want to have Brandon rock your world,
It's all bullshit.
no,
There you
it's
go.
not.
Yeah, I have a degree in that.
Pat just found a new toy.
Oh, good Lord.
My God.
Here we go.
The sound machine
The
set up in
coyotes
here.
are coming.
Don't let me get my sound machine set up because then we're gonna have fun with some clips.
Oh, yeah.
This will be a whole different time. Well, no, it'll pretty much be the same show, but with some sound
And
effects.
I have to tell you one thing before we take off. This show, we have not mentioned Mike Walter's name until
well, till the end. But at least today, Mike Walter would have stuck it.
I think Mike
I
Walter
think he would have
stuck it
stuck
out.
all the
This
way
guy,
through.
Mike Walter, he owns
There's a couple of things that throw him off. The moment we start talking wrestling or Walking Dead, we lose him. So
We
we
lose
know,
him.
and he does his own podcast. So we know that
DJ's
how
Drinking
far,
Coffee is
Yeah.
his podcast, by the way.
And I
DJ's
told him-
Drinking Coffee.
You know, DJ's drinking coffee. Okay, that's interesting. I want to hear DJ's doing shots. That's the show I want to hear.
That's all me right there.
Because you know,
all me.
because then the show just gets more and more interesting and more and more honest as it goes.
Listen, let's start writing up a script.
Let's start right. Let's do it. Let's get it done.
I'm down.
It's right.
Well, we will be back next week. Hopefully,
and
there'll
don't forget
be
to follow us,
Yes.
though. Don't,
I'm sorry.
follow
don't
these
mess
crazies
up.
right
What
here.
about our
Jeez.
plugs?
Oh, hey,
Holy
go ahead. You know what? You know what
smokes.
the
Well, first of all, if anybody who rides motorcycles, this is a vicious plug for Cycle Sports TV. Just go to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram,
Don't look at
Pinterest,
me.
any of them, and just go to Cycle Sports TV and follow us. You know, like us. You know, do all the stuff we need as many people to follow. Subscribe to the channel as you can. For Staying Up with Pat and Jodi, we are on YouTube. All you got to do is go onto YouTube and look up Staying Up with Pat
And they're
and
probably
Jodi,
watching the show
and they
now
will
on
pop up.
YouTube because we're a thumbs up.
Make sure
baby.
to
Thumbs up.
subscribe and like and comment on the show. If there's something that you wanted to comment, if you didn't like something that we said, screw you. But go ahead and comment anyway.
And if you want Mike Walter's phone number, we'll give it to you.
You can call him at his house at 3 a.m, whatever. You don't mind that, right, Mike?
You can text me. Just
Yeah,
don't call. I won't answer
just
the
text.
Come to
call.
Stacks and Yolks. He'll buy
Come
you
to Stacks and Yolks.
free breakfast.
But you better tip. Just tip. If you don't tip,
Tip.
yeah,
And don't wear a bra.
don't worry about it. You know, I never do.
No, that's why you get free pancakes.
That's right.
And,
get my boobs bigger.
And of course, Jodi Harris on the Twitter.
And we are Staying Up Pat Jodi on Twitter. So it's a kind of a weird one. On Facebook, we're Staying Up with Pat and Jodi. On Twitter, because they don't allow you as many characters, it's Staying without a G.
here we go.
Up Pat Jodi. So
And,
it's a little tougher.
and Periscope.
Not enough, characters.
And I'm on Periscope.
Yeah, Periscope. You can follow Jodi
you
on
can follow
Periscope.
me on Periscope. And, of course,
Okay.
don't forget the New York City tour, May 30th.
I got to say something to the people who are in charge of Periscope and Meerkat.
Oh, okay.
You're missing out on a large part of the market because I can't use your app, you sons of bitches. I want to be able to use it on an Android device, which is a big part of the market. So get your code writers together and let's get an
But
Android
I can.
version.
What is this called?
Periscope.
We
It's
could
live.
do live.
Yeah.
You could do live streaming and literally, like, we haven't done it on this yet. We're going
No,
to.
we did last week.
Well, we did, but you can actually. Yeah, that's right. Because Jerry held it. You can
Yeah.
we could actually stream the show live.
Like if
we
you
wanted
want to see
through her
somebody
phone.
right now, like Glee practice in a candy store again, somebody like just chilling. Okay, so here's somebody. This Cody guy is just chilling in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Hey, that's where my school is.
There
There
he
you go.
is. Check it out.
Fayetteville.
This guy.
He's periscoping that.
He's periscoping him just chilling,
just chilling.
It looks like a dorm room.
and he has 7 people, and people are writing him messages like, "You got any up, dog? What are you doing?"
Those are
8
college students that
8
are texting
people.
him that are. You
All right.
got
and
any
then,
up, dog?
and then you click a heart to tell this guy you like him,
Oh.
and he can't hear us.
How do we flip him off from this
You
end?
can't.
Oh.
He can't
Damn it.
see
I
us.
want
Okay.
the,
I
I
don't
want the
want
middle
the app
finger
now.
button for
You
this
could
guy.
just say hi. So say hi. So I just sent him a message. I just said, and he can't write me back. All he can say is hi back to me. So, like, yeah, you could do this. Yeah, this is video streaming.
That is the creepiest thing I've seen today.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on it as soon as I leave.
There you go. There you
All
go.
right, follow Brandon. So thank you, Brandon. Thank you for
Thank
coming
you for coming in and
Thank you for
hanging out
having
with
me.
us on Staying Up with Pat and Jodi. And, of course, make sure to tune in again next week. We got another great show coming up. We'll probably do a little post-fight wrap-up. Maybe we'll get Smitty to come in and talk a little bit about the fight and what actually happened.
Yes. Oh, here's a guy on Periscope who's going to tell you how to say dirty words in Spanish right now.
I'm pretty sure he.
Some guy just said, "Eat my ass."
I'm pretty sure he works in my kitchen.
Okay.
Is his name Jose?
Okay, hold on. Wait a second. We could do this even better. Let's see if I can. He's telling you how to say, because you have the cover on. Let's see if we could do this.
He's saying, "Eat my butt" in Spanish.
Let's,
This is on Periscope, by the way, right now, live.
Gracias. Thanks. Mean gracias.
Bring it up a little bit.
Give your sister. Es dame a tu hermana. Me gusta el pepino, me encanta el pepino. Boricua en la casa. Leon. I don't know that shit, man. Tell me more. Di conmigo, chupo La Habana.
I bet you $10,000 he's watching soccer.
Yeah,
All right.
so that's good.
Bye, everybody.
We'll see you next week.